Did you know that you can charge a normal arrow during the dragon animation? Well, in this video, I will teach you all the tips and tricks you need to gain a huge advantage over all the other players. Dude, can you believe it? Imagine if the patch note said that Hanzo's Sonic Arrow now lasts for 12 seconds up from 6 seconds. Everyone would lose their minds. Well, you can already do this and it's way easier than it looks. But for some reason, even the players who know this trick don't use it, despite it also making the Sonic Arrow way harder to notice as well. Like, think about it. What is easier to notice? A silent poop landing next to you from the sky? Or even better, landing behind you? Versus the sound combination of reloading and shooting, plus the arrow flying past you and landing next to you. And on top of everything else, the Sonic Arrow is not only useful to you, it keeps your teammates safe, and it's not only you who can pre-fire that peeking Widowmaker. So, just in case you didn't know, if you shoot an uncharged Sonic Arrow almost straight up, it will land in front of you after 7 seconds. This way, the Sonic Arrow cooldown is already done by the time the first Sonic Arrow runs out. So you're effectively getting a Widowmaker ultimate at the start of every teamfight for free. Just hop into a custom game and get a feel for it. It's not as difficult as you think, and even if you screw it up sometimes, it's not as big of a deal as missing out on like 10 free Widowmaker ultimates every match. Storm arrows are pretty self-explanatory. 65 damage arrows and they bounce once if they hit something else than a player or a shield. The main point of this skill is to finish off a low HP target that managed to escape behind cover. The damage is too low to use on full HP targets unless you can get an extremely clear bounce like a spawn kill spot, for example. There's just too many spots to show, so I will make a separate video for all the specific spots for bouncing and, for example, moving around the map. Another cheap trick is to shoot under the payload. Or even just a normal car, since all cars float in Overwatch. Oh my god, dude, oh my goodness. Don't be afraid to freestyle it. You're not gonna hit every shot, but when you do, oh boy, does it feel good. Oh, bro, what? You're not subscribed yet, bro? The most advanced trick is to shoot the arrows at a slight angle to hit the target no matter which direction he will go. Like here, she's dodging to the left to avoid getting hit, but this means I will just hit her from behind because the arrow will bounce from the back wall. But yeah, this is insanely difficult. It's so hard to remember all this stuff in the middle of an intense team fight. But yeah, just go for crazy bounces, have a bit of fun. This ability is nerfed to the ground anyways.
WTF.
A normal arrow headshot will kill every non-tank character in the game, except Mei, Reaper, Bastion, and Torb. Compared to storm arrows needing either 2 headshots, or 1 headshot, 2 body shots, or worst case scenario, 4 out of 5 arrows as body shots. That's 80% weapon accuracy. And you know, with all the nerfs, now if you do a normal body shot and a storm arrow body shot, it's 185 damage out of 200, so you won't get that kill. So if you hit a normal body shot, as long as the target is not behind cover, just go for another normal body shot. Of course, you could go for the normal body shot combined with a storm arrow headshot, or instead of the headshot, 2 body shots. But obviously it's going to be easier to hit 2 well-aimed body shots in 3 seconds instead of like 3 to 4 arrows in that same amount of time. Oh my god, Kalle Anka, bro, come on. The Stormtrooper arrows are also way easier to notice than normal arrows. Do you always stand still like a dork when unloading your dragons? Well, it's time to stop this behavior. Oh, that sucks, bro. That sucks. You can jump right before ulting and then lunge to keep moving just long enough that you are not standing still for even a millisecond. Of course, you're not gonna get headshot every time you stand still while ulting, but just get used to doing it. It will save you more often than you even realize. Also, to revisit the very first tip, always hold left click while using your dragon. This way, you will have a charged arrow ready to shoot by the time the dragon animation finishes. It's a free arrow and will also catch people off guard. Hahaha, he didn't think I have my bow loaded, bro. Also, worth mentioning that you have around 900 milliseconds after ulting to still change the direction of the dragon. So this means you can still change its direction based on how the enemies react. But the higher your ping, the less time you have to change the direction. And if you ever wondered why the dragon doesn't seem to do any damage sometimes, if the target is not close enough to the middle, he will only take 150 damage per second instead of the full 300. The biggest and the most common mistake you can do on Hanzo is to get stuck shooting at the same target over and over again.
IFIT was mid hit every shot.
Okay, Kenzo, let's try it out. Come in here. Prove yourself.
Hello?
Hello. Okay, let's see it. Hanzo is essentially a stronger Widowmaker, balanced by the fact that he shoots projectiles and has an extremely telegraphed shooting animation and speed. Oh. So let's turn it into like an actual 1v1.
Actual 1v1. No storm arrow.
Yeah. Like, look at this. Despite me and Kenzo being some of the most accurate Hanzo players in the game, we can still barely hit each other at this range. And it's just because we are both expecting those shots.
Bullseye. The headshot.
So, if you are forced into a 1v1 situation like this, the easiest way to win is to pick one side and keep shooting there.
You do not want me for your...
And in a real match, that side you choose to shoot at is obviously decided by where the enemy wants to escape. Like here, the Sojourn will want to run to the right for cover to escape me and my team. Well, what if I want to hit all of my shots? What if I don't want to spam one side? Well, there are two simple rules that players instinctively follow. So, if your target doesn't expect your shots, he will keep doing whatever he's doing. So, in this case, running up the stairs. But, if the target sees you charging your bow, he will change his movement direction when he thinks you are about to shoot. No way. So, the most simple rule set to follow is, if he doesn't expect your shot, shoot where he's going, and if he expects your shot, shoot to the opposite direction. And then, one of the most important things to do on Hanzo. Just unpeak between shots. It sounds way too simple to be as strong as it is, but there are more benefits to this trick than there is in a fucking multivitamin. There's the most obvious benefit, avoiding damage by not just standing there all the time, but it also stops your shots from being predictable. Especially when you wait an extra second or two between peaks, they just won't have any idea when you're gonna shoot and from where. And they might not even notice you in the first place. And even if they did, especially below top 500, people will immediately forget you exist if you unpeak for a couple seconds. There's a good example, I guess. If you want more advanced aim tips, make sure you check out my aim guide after. Let's see how the 1v1 is going. The triple left strafe fucked you over. So yeah, we still haven't killed each other. The point here is that you could have shot all these arrows at easier targets.
Ooh, that skimmed your head.
So ultimately, the best way to win a 1v1 is to not take it. Fuck! Okay, so this next part is easily the most important one for playing any aim-intensive character in any game. And it genuinely upsets me to see just how many people ignore this part. So just please, give me a chance to convince you, please. I guarantee that if you watch this next 2.5 minutes, you could double or even quadruple your accuracy. Okay, so I would rather have low sens, a $2 chain mouse, and a big piece of cardboard instead of high sens, a $500 top-of-the-line mouse, and a small mousepad. Just let me explain. Let's say you move your crosshair to this red box here. On the mousepad, the red box would be this area here. This means you just need to move the middle of your mouse somewhere inside this red square on your mousepad if you want to hit the red square in-game. Lowering your mouse sense by half will double the distance you need to move, but it also makes the square 4 times bigger. This is pretty much the same thing as using an AIMBOT to increase the enemy hitbox size in-game. Please, just let me help you set this up. If you're a high sense player, you don't know what you're missing. This is legal free AIMBOT we're talking about here. So please just get a big mousepad and go for like 5 cents with 800 DPI, because playing with high sense is like trying to eat spaghetti with a spoon. Also, freeze here if you need more information on this before we continue to the most important part. A big mousepad also means that you need to tune your desk height, or at least the chair height, so you are not locked into using just your wrist. And I actually got my friends at Secret Lab to send me my dream desk, the Magnus Pro XL, in exchange that I show it off while explaining how to make sure your setup is good to go for low sense. If my desk is too high or the chair is too low, I will need to adopt a very uncomfortable posture and my arms will be pressed harder against the table, or I will just end up resting my wrist against the desk to lower my arms a bit, and both of these will pretty much lock my arm in place. On the other hand, if your desk is too low, you will hunch over, and as you get fatigued or start feeling pain, you will start leaning against the table, making it very difficult to move your arm. But yeah, adjusting your chair can be good enough. Just make sure you have a box or something under your feet if they don't reach the floor. However, an adjustable desk makes this setup incredibly easy while also letting you maintain perfect posture to avoid fatigue or physical strain. I can just relax my shoulders and then see how much I need to increase the desk height. And okay, now it's a tiny bit too high, so I'm just gonna tap the down button to lower it like 0.4 centimeters, and boom, there it is. I'm not the best person to ask about posture and stuff like this, but at the very least I know that the most important thing is to make sure you have full range of motion with your mouse arm. If you're interested in the Magnus Pro, make sure you use my affiliate link below in the video description if you want to support my content. If you feel like this video helped you out, please like and subscribe for more content, leave a comment, and check out my other guides. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.